Hello everybody, my name is Michael, and we're going to be continuing this playthrough of Dark Souls 2, and we're going to be going back into Broom Tower. And we're going to be heading on the long march down to the bonfire where the Rebel Raime is. Once again, I have to mention that this is my least favorite of the DLC areas, and there is a really crummy level design here on the way down there, because you have to fight room after room after room of those big armored enemies, and the floor can give way and you can fall down and they can all fall down with you, so suddenly you're in a room with 4 or 5 of them, and all the way at the bottom there's one of the big ones, and it's just a lot of trouble heading down there. Although I am very happy with the way that I look. I will probably want to exchange this helmet later on for something else. But other than that, I'm actually quite happy with that. Trying to remember where I need to go, or if I should go this way or another way. Because I think in order to get where we're going, we have to go down, but we have to jump off first somewhere. I love getting lost. That's part of that's part of these games. That's part of Metroidvania, and when you get to know the areas a little too well, they lose a little something. For instance, I just played a fan-made version of what is it called? Super Metroid. That's somewhere somebody changed the level design completely and changed everything about it, and this hack was incredible. I think it was called Metroid Legacy. That's where we need to go, by the way, down there. We need to get on top of that thing, and we need to jump off, preferably at the top one there, because that will make things a little bit easier. And I think we can get some items, but it's not that important an item. And if you don't feel like jumping, and trust me, obviously you've seen I'm not comfortable with jumping, don't worry about it. It's not a big issue. I think it just means you get to cheese an extra guy at range. Oh, we actually made it. And I only took a little bit of damage there because I'm wearing the Red Lion Warrior cape. Oh, it's not the Red Lion. That's the special one. I didn't get that one. It's just the Lion Warrior cape. The Strength Ring. That's the counterpart to the Dex Ring we got at the very beginning of the level. Yeah, and it's just really doing the getting off at the top one rather than the middle. It just makes this a lot easier to cheese these guys. Not that I think I really need to, because I think I can still one-shot them. But obviously these are the fire versions of these guys, so we have to be very careful. That could have easily gone pear-shaped if I had messed up there a little more than I did. I don't want to go out there because I'm worried about whether that guy will wake up or not. In fact, well, I should go out and test it just for your sake to know. Huh. No, I guess not. This next area where the platforms keep falling through, I don't know if you can see one of the falling through ones yet, but there are areas of like breakable flooring in here, and you just have to be very careful about where you jump down to, because if you jump down in some place you're not supposed to, and you fall a little bit too far, you can fall through the floor, and all of them can end up in the same place as you, like 6 or 7 of them, and that ain't no fun. Nobody thinks that's fun, unless you like pulling trains, but I don't. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Okay, thank goodness. I think I kind of got lucky there. I'm gonna try to fight this guy normally, but you see, that's the floor right there that can break in on our left. So it's just good practice, I think, to not do what I did and be an idiot. Oh, fucking hell. Kind of froze there for a second. Oh, thank goodness. Look, I think I should just cheese these guys at range. This is crazy, having to fight here. It's like trying to fight in it's like trying to fight on top of a building scaffolding. It's crazy. It wasn't as hard to fight even in the tower, the second part of the the Tower of Latria, where you're on those bridges. This is just crazy. I mean, you need to be able to roll around, because shields are shit. I think one of the things that drops here is the, not drops here, that you can find is like a partisan +6 or something. Another weird, pointless little upgraded weapon you can find here, and believe me, if you can get to this point, you have something better than a partisan +6, because it's frickin' tough. Okay. More piles of armored dudes. Now, the reason you need 4 smelter wedges before you even bother to come down here, so you shouldn't, use them so carelessly when you're up above, is that the boss, the Rebel Raime, is actually in a room with 4 Nadalia statues surrounding it outside of the boss fog, and they will be providing him with the spell Warmth throughout the entire battle. So unless you want the boss to constantly be healed as you're fighting them, you have to go over there and do that. I mean, it's crazy not to. Partisan +6, that's what it is. Now if you come down over on this side here, and jump down in this little lip sticking out over the edge, you can cheese the big guy over here, and not even have to worry about it. Although I wish that the enemy was designed a little better. I don't think he can hit you up here. I mean, they do have, obviously, a gigantic weapon and can do some pretty fearsomely huge attacks, but I don't think he can actually hit us here. And of course, there's a door we have to go through, so we can't just run through. There seems to be more of that in Dark Souls 2 than in Demon Souls, for instance, where, if you knew exactly where to go, you could just kind of run through. Oh boy. I don't think you can get any of this armor either, which is another nuisance. If they, if they bothered to animate it, they bothered to make it, why not, why not throw it in there? Doesn't seem any point in keeping it out. The next area we're going to go into, we're just going to be running through, though. They did give us one area, at the very least, where we can just run through to the elevator. Although it is over a fairly narrow little bridge area over a pit. And there are going to be things attacking us, but still, I don't think it's going to be too dangerous. Those Great Bow possessed knights, I think they're possessed armors, I think they're called. And let's go down. Come on. This guy really doesn't want to go. The old Iron King was a prick. That's what he was for making this fricking level. There we go. And we will be coming back up here because there is I think the intelligence version of I think there's a ring that increases your intelligence or increases the damage from your sorceries. And you can see he's being buffed by something, I think. Maybe probably by a Nadalia statue, I think. But let's just head over here. Thankfully, they do allow us just to run over to this one. They force you to go in the other one, and they give you this other one. We'll be heading back up there later, but first, we're going to get the bonfire down here, and we have 6 smelter wedges. So that means we have 2 to burn after the one we're going to use here. Let's head up this way. And there are more of those giant smelter demon-sized things inside the ash over there. But we're just going to be running past them. It's hard to do that, though, because they make you sort of stagger as you're moving. I think there's also some upgrade material inside of those, whatever they are. Ashen people. Yeah, there was an item there I missed. But I just want to get the bonfire, so I don't have to go through the other area again. I think I will try to defeat the boss, but he's pretty tricky. He's not a pushover. Who is this guy? Steelheart Ellie. Oh boy, the troll one. Steelheart Ellie, you'll remember from our fight with Alana, is the NPC summon that uses a cestus. So yeah, I don't know about that. Nadalia seemed a little bit more interesting in protecting Raime rather than the king, it seems. But I ain't judging your personal life, man. I just want to come here and kill you. Now, the Rebel Raime boss fight is pretty challenging because he actually has two swords in his hand. You know, he's obviously gone hollow because he is dual wielding, which is an evil, abhorrent practice that no one should do. Unless it's daggers, maybe. That I may give you. But anything else, no, don't dual wield. And one of the things he has is a gigantic greatsword that's almost comically huge and has a blunt tip. You might even say that it is blunt as a bludgeon, as someone from Demon Souls would say. And I'm almost certain that the this sword he's carrying, called the Fume Sword, the Fume Ultra Great Sword, is a reference to the Dragon Bone Smasher, a kind of colossal sword that was also blunt from Demon Souls. Although I think the Fume Ultra Greatsword is actually a really good sword, unlike the Dragon Bone Smasher, that, though it had a cool name and a cool purpose, I'm not too sure about it being all that effective. There were better strength weapons. Okay. Now, if you happen to be an intelligence character and you got Carillion of the Fold to come over from the pirate level in, No Man's Wharf, then he is actually summonable for this fight. However, it's dubious whether you would want to bring him in, because, he is... This fight is more about very precisely knowing where the enemy is going to be at any given moment, and knowing which attack he's going to do towards you. His summon sign's right around here. And not being able to guess that because there's another person in the room also attacking him makes it very confusing. He also has in his left hand a very light sword called the Fume Sword, and he can give you a heavy attack or a light attack, which makes it very confusing. He also has an amazing buff that he does. And you just have to, it's just like with Artorias, you know, it seems crazy, but you just gotta memorize his moveset, and he is very quick, as you just saw there. If I'd saved my stamina appropriately and not been, you know, dicking around, I would have been able to get a hit there. If he does this, don't try to flask. He's trying to bait you into flasking, and he is actually just going to run at you really fast if he sees that. We just have to figure out his moves. He's so fast with that sword. I believe the Fume Ultra Greatsword has a similar moveset to the one I'm using now. And it weirdly has a thrust attack, even though it's obviously, you can see it's blunt. It's blunt as a bludgeon. So how do you thrust with it? But it also has an S ranking with strength, so it's pretty damn good. And his armor is, I don't need to tell you, awesome! It's some of the coolest armor in the whole game. Is he gonna buff now? No, he's not. Shit. Ooh, crap. Evaded that by the skin of my balls. The fact that he can switch between different damage, between different weapons, different speeds, so quickly is annoying. I think when he buffs, he'll get a fire buff, and it becomes a totally different fight. And much more difficult. Ooh, crap. Yeah, he's buffing. And he's going to explode, I believe. And this sword he has here, dat damage. Dat damage. See? No! Fucking hell. Nope. Yeah, it kind of explodes outward, if you saw that there. That attack there, do not attempt to block it or do anything but dodge it. You have to roll into it. If you don't do that, it is almost guaranteed to hit you. Do I have time to flask? No, I don't. See what he's doing? Fuck. I knew it. Oh, I should have known. Fucking hell. He was baiting me into flasking there. I'm going to try to fight him again. I did okay at the beginning part, but then it really began to. My stamina is way too low. I need a lot more stamina. to do this, especially if I'm going to be using this gigantic sword. What is my stamina? 24. I need it much higher than that. Let's try this again. Although I was getting pretty decent damage on him, that's the only good thing we took away from that pretty bad clusterfuck. Alrighty. Let's try this again. You are allowed to get a beginning of the fight hit, like with Alana, which is kind of neat. But in a way, it's kind of tricking you into getting a little too close to him. I spent a lot of time originally, I think, trying to get away from his hits, when I should have remembered that it's Dark Souls, you need to roll into the hits. That's what needs to work. I'm not too... I've used the Ultra Greatsword, but I'm not too familiar with the regular Fume Sword, so I think it might be a Dex weapon. I'm not too sure about that. Oh, crap. Although I wasn't staggered, that's something. It's very hard to get a Moment to Flask in here, because he just has so many hits. He's going for so much, and if he gives you some space, he's deliberately trying to, fuck. Oh, Lord. Come on. Oh, Lord. Oh, that was a fail. I did the roll attack. Man, that was stupid. My stamina seems to be going up really slow. I think I've gotten too used to the Chloranthy Ring +2 compared to the regular +1. But again, it is nice that we have a tower shield. We are able oh, come on! Bullcrap. I hate that he can get that back hit. You want him to do that big, long sweep hit, by the way, because it's very slow and you can almost always get an attack through it. Ah, damn it. Trying to roll, but Jesus, he's not giving me any opportunity. I need that stamina, and I don't got it. I'm overextending myself. Although this has pretty good fire defense, that's nice to know. Fuck. The fact that he can respond so quickly with that little backward slash is making this a lot harder. Fuck. Oh, that third hit. God damn it. Why then is he using his shield? I guess because we have it? Back away. Probably could have flasked there, but I didn't want to risk it. Oh, staggered him. That's right, you got staggered like a bitch. You hear me, Raime? You heard me. No. Fucking hell. Damn it! Fuck. God fucking damn it. I'm sorry I keep fucking up with this, but I'm actually going to go back into town for a brief moment to do something. Just going to go get some more endurance, because I've been riding that pretty fast and loose. Come on, get up. Get your fucking ass up. Now. There we go. That will hopefully make it a little bit easier. Alright, sorry about that. Let's try this again. I don't know if I'm going to cut through this or what. Because I'm getting so close, and then he swings so fucking quickly. I would have liked to go in for a hit there, but I didn't have the stamina. I'm also just doing bad on these rolls. Unlike the smelter fight, by the way, I want to know that I'm failing because of me. That's why I'm screwing up here. I'm not screwing up because I had to fight an army of fucking hollows along the way before the actual boss fight. Which is the only way that fucking smelter crap was difficult. Shit. You can also get the, you actually get the crown by defeating Raime, by the way. I forgot to mention that. You don't, there's still a third guy after the crown, but this is where you get the crown. I like the AI kind of knew there that I wasn't close by, and thus couldn't... He didn't finish that little 3-hit combo, he just did the one. Oh, Lord. I was too far away there. I thought he was doing this for a second, but I mistook that. Ugh! God damn it, that's so fucking hard to avoid! Fuck. I did hit him there, but it was stupid of me to do the rolling attack. I should have waited like a fraction of a second. Fucking hell. Well, chug that Estus, boy. Chug it. Chug it like your life depended on it, because, well, it does. Ooh, did not mean to do that. Ah. Part of this is my fault, because I've deliberately kept my health fairly low. I think in a normal playthrough I would have, not a normal playthrough, but a playthrough of a less cocky person like myself, I would have had my health up by at least a few more points, so I would have had a little bit more room to breathe. Please enough room, please enough time! I had to spam the roll button at the end of that. I just slammed on it as much as I could in order to roll there. I kind of don't like that I'm kind of forced to really, really hit that button at the absolute... it may have been a mistake. To hit that roll button. I mean, I have to, like, jab at it. Fucking hell. God damn it. Yeah, the fight's over. Arg. God damn it. Well, I'm not running out of Estus. That's something, I guess. Fucking. Thank the Lord. 3 fucking attempts. That's, Lord, that's embarrassing. I'm sorry, guys. Really ended up fucking up there. And once again, a faint heat lingers in the ancient crown. This is, Nidalia, I guess. I don't know exactly what happened to her. Did she roast herself alive somehow? Let's take a look at this crown. This is an ugly-looking crown, just like an ugly iron crown would be. Because there's a little jewel in it, maybe a ruby or something, but... Crown of the old Iron King who once ruled this land. Scorching iron, nothing when his name must never be repeated, and became Icarus Earth. But these days, these were events of long ago, and today no one even remembers the king's name. Icarus Earth is the technical name of Lord Gwyn. The, I believe it was Lord Gwyn. Yeah. Or was it the Rotten? You see, now I can't remember. Did he meet? Well, if Icarus Earth was the Rotten, you know, that would be Nito. I'm going to have to look into that. But I'm just going to head back to Majula, maybe spend some of this. That was much more boss-centric level than we're used to fighting. We are now able, by the way, to go fight Sir Alan, the final boss of the area. Especially because I'm not going to fight that fucking smelter demon. Because I hate that dumbass fight. Let's see here. A little more endurance. A lot more endurance, actually. Because I needs it. And I think that's about it for this episode. The Fume Knight really... Oh, wait, you know what? I'm actually going to go buy his armor. And I will show you how to get that and take a look at the armor. So we have just a couple of extra minutes here. This episode was a lot more focused on fighting that boss than doing anything else. But what of those outside of the cycle? That seems like one of the things that must have been changed for the Scholar of the First Sin. I don't remember that saying those who are outside of the cycle. Yeah, I really don't remember that. It might be new. His armor does look amazing. It probably looks great with the shield of the Rebel Raime. I always have to say it that way. I can't just say Raime. It has to be the Rebel Raime. Because that's kind of awesome. And it reminds me of a time when I would have been duly impressed with the story of such a person. Because I can remember in Dark Souls 1 just falling in love with the story of all of these... of Gwyn's 4 knights, Sir Artorias and Gauch and the others. But here, there's not much of that, because the game is lesser son of greater fathers, unfortunately. Oh, I forgot you can give him the petrified egg and join the Dragon Covenant. Although, just giving it to him, that doesn't mean you have to join, that just means you're giving it to him, and you can come back and join later on. Why is this guy wanting to join Why is this guy part of the Dragon Covenant? I'm not really getting a I want to become a dragon sensation from him somehow. And let's hope this is enough. Better make it 2, just in case. I hate the helmet pieces to these sets, though. I think it looks ridiculous and kind of pointy. It's almost like a slab of mashed potato that somebody has shaped in a certain way, and I do not care for it. I will get it, though, I guess. Let me just show you that ridiculous helmet that I don't like. Yeah, you see that? It actually looks, now that I'm looking at it, it reminds me of the Hollow Infantry set. It looks kind of weird and jagged and like there's a beak on the top of it. There's something wrong about it. It doesn't look like real medieval armor. Let's take a look at this, which is badass and awesome in many, many ways. Yeah! Now that's nice. That is nice armor. Definitely awesome. But not for right now. Maybe another playthrough. I will put that on. But not right now. Right now, we will just be popping up back to that area I said we'd go back to up in the elevator to finish off some of those guys, get that sorcery ring, figure out what exactly it is, because I don't quite remember, and then calling it an episode. I'm still kind of embarrassed by that fight taking, what was it, 3 tries, 4 tries? I kind of hope to pimp my way through that just once, but there you go. I do like the fight, though. It reminds me of the Artorias fight. I like that fight quite a bit. That's one of my favorite fights in DS1. Not crazy about these guys, though. And I think there's an Adalia Bride of Ash up there. Well, I don't remember now. I'm not too sure about that. Let me take a look. Shield bashing is a little bit more useful in this game than it was in the other one, but not by a lot. I can't ever think of a moment where you would want to smash someone over the head with this shield rather than your weapon, unless your weapon was freaking broken or something. But even then, I don't think it would do a tremendous amount of damage. 150 plus 77, that's not enough. What they should do is have you able to bash with the weapon like a very quick jab and knock an enemy off guard. That would be useful. But, oh well. I thought this guy was covered in ash when I came in here, but he's not now. Maybe I was mistaken. Go. What do we got? Sorcery Clutch Ring. Oh, that's like the Lightning Clutch Ring, I think, from that we got in Shulva. Yeah, it's the same one. Increases magic attack. Okay, well, I think I'm pretty much done for this episode, guys. We still have a lot more to do in Broom Tower. But after our embarrassing set of losses against Raime, followed by our eventual victory, we will praise the sun.